legs nice and wide. I'm pulling my pants up because they're falling down. So legs nice and wide. We're gonna start by rolling the shoulders back, pressing into each leg one at a time, side to side. Keeping the heels down, focusing on squeezing your glutes, keeping the chest lifted. Good.
I can't hear it, but everything's like very crackly.
Pardon me?
You can't hear it, but everything's very crackly when I do that.
Oh, that's okay. Crackling is good. It means you're making space.
Yeah.
Let's circle it the other way. Nothing wrong with that. Whew. My arms are already tired.
Did you have a class just before this?
I did. That's why it ended a bit late, because I started that one 10 minutes late because two people were running late, and I was like, I don't want to have to start and restart. So I was like waiting it out, and one lady was having technical difficulties, so it was, also just waiting for her to work through it. She was the first one to arrive, but had to reboot because her audio was not working.
Oh no.
So I was happy to wait, but that's why. And then I was like, well, it's just Allie and I tonight, so hopefully she doesn't mind starting just a few minutes late. So I appreciate you being flexible.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Let's do our big arm circles now that our shoulders are starting to start screaming. Good.
I heard it's supposed to be warm there tomorrow.
Yeah, like 18 degrees or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Hopefully the weatherman is correct.
Yeah.
Let's circle it the other way. What's the weather like where you are?
Quite nice too. Yeah, it's like it's almost just a few degrees warmer, but it makes a difference.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh my goodness. I'm fine. Last two and one. Good. Let's take it in, sweep it up, center, turn it at the hips, bring it down and up for 8 and 7. Keep the chest lifted, hips tucked underneath. 5, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring the elbows down to the knees, push the knees open as we lift the chest, drop into the hips. And you're going to press into the one arm, look over the opposite shoulder. And bring it center, push into the opposite hand, look over the opposite shoulder. Bring it center, drop your head, lift your hips, fold it over. Shake your head like you're saying no. And nod yes. Reach towards that right leg with both hands, pulling yourself in. And reach to the other side, pulling in, with both hands. Come back to center. Bend the knees, tuck the hips, slowly roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. And then lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Slide down the legs. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, roll it up. Flowing through at your own pace. Tucking the chin as you come up, tucking the hips, and then lifting the chin, lifting the hips as you come down. Last one, all the way up. And then we're going to look up and down. Up and down. pace. You can bring your feet a bit closer to each other if that feels better. Good. Tuck it one last time and then looking side to side over the shoulder. Think of not just looking side to side, but over your shoulder. Really trying to increase that range of motion. And 3, 2, and 1. Make it even, and then center. And then we'll drop the ear to the shoulder, bring it up. Drop to the other shoulder, bring it up. Make sure the shoulders are away from your ears. You're keeping your shoulders and hips still so that as you're dropping it, it's not like this happening. It's just your neck stretching out and your head moving side to side. And then we'll circle it halfway through and to the other side. Good, let's do a few more and then circle it all the way around the back if that feels okay. Again, keeping the shoulders down and the torso nice and immobile. Tucking your chin, we're gonna circle it the other way. And then tuck the chin. Interlace your hands behind your head and push your head into your hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Let's take the arms out. You're gonna take the right arm across your chest, palm up, take your left arm underneath. You wanna try to straighten your right arm as you pull back with your left. Okay, you're trying to keep the shoulder down away from the ear. I'm just turning so you can see me better. You're trying to keep this right palm up. Okay, you're finding that resistance. Try not to let this happen. Pushing it down away from the ear. Having your palm up will usually keep that shoulder down automatically. Good. Now the right arm is going to come over the head. Bend the elbow. Grab it with your left. Keeping it right over the shoulder. You're going to push the elbow out as you hold it in place. My hair is in the way. Keep the elbow where it is as you hold it in place, lifting the chest, lifting the chin. So your posture, rather than being here, let's focus on lifting the chest and squeezing through those shoulder blades so that our posture is just a little flatter. Then from here, you're gonna drop your right hand, take your left hand to your head, and gently create a little bit of resistance, push down through that right arm and shoulder. Think of pushing the right side of your cheek and chin up on that 45-degree angle to create that resistance that you need to get a deeper stretch. And then you're gonna tuck your chin a little, looking at your armpit, grab the back of your head and pull gently. Keep breathing. Gently release, bring it back up to center, and then we'll take the arms out again. Left arm across, palm up. Take the right arm underneath. Try to straighten out that left arm as you push it away. Right arm pulling in. Left palm is up like you're holding a bowl of soup. And you're finding a little bit of resistance here, so you're pulling with the right as you push away with the left. Good. Breathing through it. Feels nice. From here, we're going to release, take the left arm up, bend the elbow, taking it over the shoulder. We're going to grab it with the right. Now my hair is still in the way. Okay, we want to push the elbow out as we keep it stacked right over the shoulder, finding that resistance through the right hand. Shoulders down, away from the ears, and shoulder blades squeezing together. So focus on pushing the chest forward without pushing your butt back. So if you look in the mirror, rather than booty back here, we want to tuck those hips under as well, but focus on the chest staying lifted. Beautiful. From here, we're going to release the left arm. Grab the side of your head with your right hand, gently pulling down as you push down through the left. Drive the left side of your cheek up on this 45-degree angle as you gently find a little bit of resistance through that top arm. And then we'll turn down, look at the armpit, grab the back of your head, and tuck the chin by pulling ever so gently. Bring it up, turn it center, release, roll out the wrist a few times here. How you feeling? Getting warm?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's grab a sip of water if you need to, and then we'll keep going. I feel like my hair is just making sure this is still recording. Cool. Okay, let's move along. So from here, we're gonna work on some leg balances, a couple leg balances before we come to the floor, and we work on some shoulder balances, and then we'll finish off with forearm stands, handstands, and then we'll spritz some stretching in between of everything. Cool?
Okay, sounds perfect.
Fabulous. So we're gonna take our legs wide again. This is me overthinking. I lied. Let's come into a downward dog. So have your right hip facing the camera so that I know what, so that way I know what I can talk about without turning you the wrong way. So right hip facing the camera, feet are close together or directly under the hips. We're gonna slide it down one vertebrae at a time. You can hold the floor with your palms. Hold the floor. You can put your hands on the floor. Or you can hold your ankles, or you can even grab your elbows and drop into your stretch. Try to keep a micro bend in your knees. Relax your shoulders. Now we're gonna walk the hands forward to a downward dog. And fingers are spread wide. You're gonna push your head in between your arms, ears between your biceps, and then we're just gonna pedal out our feet to start. One foot pushing down as the other knee bends. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades. I want you to think of also squeezing your arms together towards the middle of your body or the midline of your body. Almost like there's a beach ball between your arms. And that's gonna help activate your chest muscles so that there's less pressure in your shoulders and elbows. Now we're gonna press the right heel down. And we're gonna take the left leg up, squeezing through the glute of that top leg. And then we're gonna tap the ground with the left foot and then reach back up. Tap and reach. Tap, squeeze the glute, keep the leg as straight as possible. And really engage the butt cheek to lift the leg up. Beautiful. Really press the bottom leg, that foot down into the floor, and try to straighten out your bottom leg so you get a deep stretch in that hamstring. 3, 2, and let's now take that your left leg, which is up, step it forward in line with your hands as much as you can, and then we're gonna be in our bottom lunge. Okay, from here we'll take our left hand up into our twist, keeping your hips low. You can circle out that wrist up top. Now circle it the other way. And let's switch the hands. Take the outside hand up, stay on the ball of your back foot. Now we're gonna circle that top hand a few times. And again, circle it the other way. Now we're gonna bring it down. And we're gonna pull the back leg up. So we're in a triangle with a narrower stance. And then we're gonna lift the chest, lengthen through the spine. So you wanna be pushing above your knee. Let's think mid-thigh. Yeah. Take your back leg a little closer from me as well, Allie. Yeah. Now hinge through your hips there. If you feel like you're gonna hit the wall, just step back a little bit. Yeah. You're trying to straighten out your front leg without locking your knee out. And you're trying to flatten, lengthen your back, which looks great. Things are vibrating, I know. Let's take your right hand to the floor. And you're gonna take your left hand up again. You're gonna circle your left wrist a few times. And circle it the other way. Let's take it down, either to the floor or the ankle. Take your right hand up. Circle out the right hand a few times. And circle it the other way. And bring it down. Beautiful. From here, we're going to step that leg back. We're going to push back, pardon me, into our hands so that we can step back into that downward dog and pedal out our feet again. Okay, the left leg is still going to be the one going up. So let's press the right heel down again. Left leg is going to go up, and now you're going to bend your knee and open the hip like you're peeing on a fire hydrant. So you're opening your left hip, pulling your heel to your butt, but you're trying to keep your left shoulder square to the floor. Squeeze your right glute and right quad as you press into that bottom leg. Square the shoulders, aka drop the left shoulder to face the floor as you open the left hip, and now you're going to circle your left knee around for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At the bottom, change directions. Try to keep your ears between your biceps here, so you're still pushing through those hands. Try to drive your face towards your bottom foot. Last 2 circles. Last circle, step it forward again. Beautiful. I know, right? Making sure your foot is underneath of your knee. We're going to turn to face each other. So we're in a side lunge now. Left knee is still bent. Okay, we're going to squeeze the right thigh and the outside of the left glute to push that left knee open. And then you're going to take your hands to the floor rather than on your elbow. That's going to just keep you more square. And then I want you to inhale, squeeze your inner thighs together, and take your palms up, but no elbow on the leg. No elbow, yeah. 4, 10, 9, 8. Squeeze. 6, 5. Squeeze out here, push this knee open. 3, 2, now hands down. You're gonna take your right foot and you're gonna externally rotate from your right hip. So you want to flex and then sink as deep into your left heel as you can. So you're taking backwards, keep your hands in the middle and try to sink back. Okay, keep, if you can't sink all the way down, that's fine. Just try to rotate the hip. If anything, if you're still up here, you're just trying to turn this knee and toe. Yes, let's bring it center. Beautiful. Shake it out for a second. And then from here, we're gonna slowly roll it up quickly. Slowly roll it up quickly. Slowly roll it up, no quickly. We're gonna grab a sip of water and then we're gonna switch the legs. How do we feel?
Very nice.
Excellent. I feel slightly uneven.
Yeah. Soon will be balanced.
Right? But now we're gonna make it even.
Is that an octopus behind you, Kelly?
It's the turtle from Finding Nemo.
Oh.
It's Crush. The giant stoner turtle, because like, hello. Also, I used to have turtles, so there was a giant time in my life where everybody bought me turtle things, so that's why I have a giant turtle. And I love him, I can't get rid of him. So now he holds my shoe, he gets held up by my shoes. So, we're gonna do leg 2. So now have your left leg towards the camera so that we can do this other side together. We're gonna fold it over again, start with our fold. Grabbing the ankles or the elbows or hands just on the floor. Finding your breath. Micro bend in your knees. And now we're gonna walk the hands forward into a downward dog. Hips up, biceps by your ears. You're gonna pedal out your feet. Then we're gonna take the left foot to the middle. We're gonna take the right leg up and hold. And then we're gonna tap that right leg down and lift. Tap and lift. I want you to focus on keeping your hips square in this position. So try not to open your right hip to the outside or the back of the room. Focus on squeezing through that glute and keeping your toes pointed at the floor. rather than turning to the side. Last two, last one, and now let's step it forward in line with our hands as much as we can. Beautiful. From here, you're going to take your left hand on the ground and take your right hand up. If you can, look up to that top hand. Take that hand to the inside of your foot and open up the left hand. Stay on the ball of your back foot. And again, try to look up to your hand, stretching out your neck. Squeezing your shoulder blades together, dropping into those hips. Drop that hand down. Pull the back leg up so you're in a narrower stance for your triangle, and you're going to lift up, balancing on the mid-thigh with both hands. Micro bend in your front knee, and we're going to flatten and lengthen the spine. Engage through that right thigh. Breathe deep. And we'll take our left hand to the floor, right hand up. Again, try to look up to your right hand. Shoulder blades squeezing together. And let's bring it down to the ankle or the floor. Left hand up. And again, try to look up to that hand. Micro bend in your front knee. Trying to get it straight with just a soft, soft micro bend to protect your kneecap. And then from here, we're going to take that left hand down. We're going to step the left leg back. And then we're going to push into both hands so that we can step the right leg back to downward dog. Pedaling out the feet or just holding it still. Ears between your biceps. Lift up out of those shoulders. From here, left foot can center slightly. Right leg is going to come up. You're going to open at the hip and then bend the knee like you're peeing on a fire hydrant. Squeezing your glute to draw your heel into your bum and your kneecap to point upward. Left knee, bottom knee has a micro bend, but you're trying to straighten out that leg. Now we're going to circle that right leg around for 5, 4, keep your ears between your biceps. 2, last one. At the bottom, you're circling the other way for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're gonna step it forward again and find our balance and breath as we turn to face each other. Right knee is gonna bend still into that side lunge. Keeping your hands on the floor to stay center. You're gonna squeeze the left thigh and the outside of the right glute. Pushing your right knee open so you can raise up to your hands, but come off that elbow. You're up on those legs for 10, 9, squeeze the left thigh, 8, squeeze the right glute, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hands down. Now you're gonna externally rotate that left leg, knee and toes, turning at the hip so you can sink into the right heel. Our goal is to keep that right heel down. We will get there eventually. You're improving every day, my friend. Where it started compared to where it is now, I know it's better.
Yeah, this side's easier.
Totes, right? Especially with your recent knee stuff. Let's bring it up, fold it over, breathe. From here, bend those knees, slowly roll it up 1 vertebrae at a time. And if you need, we can grab a sip of water before we move on. How you doing? Good. Just gonna check the video, make sure we're still recording. We're gonna grab a sip of water and we're gonna flow through some more stuff. Okay, I'm gonna take out my haircut for this part because I know it's gonna get in the way. So, we're gonna come to the ground. This is Kelly thinking it through, but yeah, we can just sit down. I was like, do I want to use a fun thing to get us down? And you're like, no, Kelly, we're sitting. I love you. So face me, we're gonna come to a straddle. Doesn't have to be huge. straddle. So it doesn't have to be like massively uncomfortable. You just need to open your legs. Okay. From here. Woo! We lost camera.
Yeah, hold on. In riding mode.
Don't worry.
That's better.
Good. From here, we're gonna come again into a straddle, and I want you to focus on your knees and toes, staying pointed up at the ceiling, so you're rotating through those hips to keep that rotation open. We're gonna take our arms up, fingertips by our ears, and we're gonna open up our elbows. So you're squeezing those shoulder blades, sitting up tall, core tight. We're gonna inhale here, and then exhale, side crunch, tapping, elbow right next to the knee, all the way to the floor. You're touching the floor next to your knee. Then you're inhaling up and exhaling to the other side. Inhaling up, exhaling it back to side one. So we're alternating. You're tapping the ground just next to the knee, full contact elbow to floor, because you're side crunching with vigor. Focus on keeping this top elbow so open at the bottom that you cannot see it in your peripheral vision. So I want to make sure you don't see those elbows because you're squeezing them open so much. Looking great. Great shot. Let's do 2 more per side. Making yourself even. Good. Keep the chest up. Keep the gaze forward rather than down. Let's do 1 more on each side. That's one last one. And finish off side 2. I'm even now. And beautiful. From here, relax the arms. Shake it out. Great job. Awesome. From here, we're gonna reach up, inhale, twist towards the right leg, and we're gonna fold it over, trying to keep the left sit bone on the ground. So both arms are reaching across the leg, or specifically that left arm is reaching across the leg, but we're keeping the left sit bone down. And then we're gonna come in, take the right arm in front of the leg and side crunch through that right side. And reach the left arm up and over. And again, you're trying to pull the arm back so that ideally you cannot see your left arm in your peripheral vision. Try to straighten out that elbow so it's like dangling, right? Try to keep it active so it's reaching as though someone's pulling on the wrist. That's gonna help get deeper into this side body. Now we're gonna reach up, inhale, twist to the left, and reach that right arm across your leg as you keep your right sit bone on the floor. And then we're gonna come halfway up, take the left arm in front of the leg, side crunching on the left, reach the right arm up and over, pulling the arm back and extending the arm as though someone's pulling on the wrist, lengthening out your side body. Beautiful. Bring it up and center. Fantastic. From here, we're gonna work on our side roll into our side balance. So you just make sure you have space next to you. So I'm gonna tuck my left knee in to start, and then I'm gonna shimmy off to the side here so that I know my shoulder will be on my mat. That being said, make sure your whatever leg this is, has space to swing up. So if there's like a wall right here, just make sure you're not gonna kick the wall. That's right? You want to roll into the wall. So I'm going to show you what's happening, and then you can definitely adjust. So I'm going to be rolling towards my bent knee. Whatever knee is bent, that arm is behind my back, palm up. I'm going to roll on to the side of my body. So thinking of my hips stacking and my shoulders stacking one on top of the other. I'm rolling onto the shoulder. You can watch me first again. Rolling onto the shoulder. Opposite hand comes in front. So let's talk lefts and rights just so we know what's happening. If this is my left leg, left arm behind. My right arm will come in front of my
face as I land on my left shoulder. Then I'm gonna swing my right leg up or pull my right leg up and then push through my left leg as I side crunch to get the leg up the rest of the way. And my goal is to pull my hips directly over my shoulders, whereas sometimes we're kind of out here, right? So it makes gravity want hips to fall down. So it's about really using that side crunch activity we just did to pull the hips up over the shoulder. So you're really side crunching this side here to counterbalance the fact that the hips want to fall out the other way. You go, I watch.
Okay.
Yeah, straighten out that other leg.
No. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I'm missing.
I love you. Yes, perfect. Looking like great stacking in the hips. Squeeze those obliques on that side. That's the leg touching the tricep. That side wants to extra squeeze, so you can try to lift. Yeah, good. Beautiful. So let's try the other side right away. That was the first side. Let's go to side 2, just to keep it balanced and not overdoing one side too much. Now remember as well, when you're in this position, you're doing a breakdancing move, right?
Yeah.
Pushing into the arms, finding this happy place. The placement of your back arm will also help determine, excuse me, hiccup, helps determine how easy versus how hard it is. So I'm gonna show you from the back for a minute. So if you have your arm very close to your body, like very close here, it's not gonna stop you from rolling backwards. But if it comes kind of out here, as I come up, it will stop me from going back. But if I tuck it in right away, I end up wanting to roll out. So just think of that as well, having it kind of away from you, so it acts as like a quasi kickstand. Cool, so let's try this side. Now you ready? I'm gonna watch, I'm just setting it up with you. Yeah.
I can never do all my hands and arms all at the same time. So
That's okay, break it down.
oh, okay, so the shoulders on the ground and then hold on. Okay. That's the part that I'm forgetting. Which leg goes where? Oh yeah.
So whatever knee is bent, right? You want to tuck that arm behind of whatever knee is bent. You're coming to that shoulder, and the hand that's in front of your face, that's the leg that's swinging over. To get over your hips, you're pushing evenly into those arms to try to come into that straddle, and eventually you'll be able to lift the feet off the ground. Let's see it. Okay, so keep looking at your hand. You want to think of your ear staying on the floor, the side of your cheek kind of thing. Looking good. Engage those obliques and engage your core. So you're really engaging the front body. Beautiful. Yeah! Gorgeous. Look at those lifts. Yes. Amazing. Yes. Yes, I love it. Take a breather. Let's go back to the first side again. We'll do one more on each side. You can keep working those little pops that you were working as well. Okay, and then when you're rolling into it as well, I want you to think of staying in like a lateral way. I don't know if it's just the angle that I saw that last one, but it looked like you kind of rolled backward. Yeah? Was that right? Okay, so think of it being like you want to roll right sideways. Like instead of going back, like I'm not going back this way, I want to go literally right to the side. So next to this hip, right? And then as you did, right, starting to work that lift of the legs by pushing evenly into those arms to try to crunch those legs up. Coolio, let's do it. Oh, there's a fluff in my eyeball. Beautiful. Squeeze the oblique of the leg closest to your elbow. Yeah. Try to lift up. Push into both arms. Woo, woo. Good. Keep looking at your hand. Your cheek is on the floor. Beautiful. Lovely, lovely.
Oh,
Awesome. Popping up, feel looking good, looking good. Eventually you want to, whoop, excellent. Perfect, perfect dismount. Eventually you want to pop less and focus on more of that coming from an engaging activation. Like you want to push off less and less every time, right? Eventually it'll just be a lift and less of a jump, right? Because as you can see, sometimes the jump happens that you fall backward out of it, which is totally normal at first as well. Do one last one on this other side to make ourselves even, and then we're gonna move along. Okay, they look really good. I'm gonna do these ones with you again. You can hold them as long as you feel, and then dismount, and then we'll move along. I'm gonna watch the setup. You're looking at your hand. It's in front of your eyeballs. Your cheek is on the floor. Good. Engage through those obliques. Looking good. Pushing through the hands to eventually hover the feet. Whoa. And then just coming back down to the knees, or you can roll out into that shoulder. Beautiful. How did it feel? I know.
very nice.
Good. It looked lovely. So let's just sit comfortably for a second. Well, let's take actually the legs together. I'm gonna sit sideways so I'm on my mat. We'll take the legs together. We'll just stretch out the head, neck, and shoulders a bit after all of that we just did. So whether you can reach your feet or not is totally irrelevant. Just think of folding forward. So reaching as far forward as you can with your arms. And then you're gonna tuck your chin. And then if you can, you're gonna bend your elbows and allow your body to draw in a little closer. But the goal here is I want you to focus on your chin tucking. So finding that place where you can relax your neck and head in this fold. Big deep breaths. Slowly roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Take your time so you don't get dizzy. Woo, that was me taking my time so I didn't get dizzy. Alrighty, ready. Let's shift directions again. We're gonna come back into our knees, into our tabletop. Okay, we're gonna keep our feet flat so that we're pointing our toes. Our hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. We're gonna lift the tailbone, lift the chest, looking up. And you're gonna imagine pulling on your arms as though they're pulling towards your legs. They're not actually moving. You're just gonna use that activity to contract. Then exhale, tuck the hips, tuck the chin, push away from the floor, and crunch the core in. Release, looking up, lifting the tailbone, pulling through the hands. And then exhale, tuck, push, crunching actively into the spine. Let's do 3 more like this. Looking up, pulling through the hands, back of the body is activating. Exhale, crunch, pulling the core up into the spine, rounding your back. Inhale, lift, pulling through your hands, lifting your gaze and your tailbone. Exhale, crunch, pulling the belly button to your spine. Inhale, lift, pulling through the hands, last time. Exhale, crunch, pushing through the hands, tucking, core tight. Back to neutral, and then we're gonna look over the right shoulder, really side crunch the right, and then look over the left shoulder, really side crunch to the left. So as you look side to side over the right, pull the hip to the rib cage, and same thing on the other side, looking over left, pull the hip to the rib cage. Not just looking with your gaze, but trying to shorten the distance between the actual hip and rib by crunching side to side. Keep it going. Let's do 1 more per side. Crunching and center. From here, we're gonna tuck it back into our downward dog. We're gonna
Remember those leg lifts we did earlier. And now instead of just lifting the leg, we're going to add some swing and bend into the opposite knee so that we can pop off of the legs. So you don't have to move against the wall, but if you have a wall nearby, you can always place your fingers and head towards the wall. From our downward dog, we're stepping back with the right leg first. That means your left knee will bend. You're trying to keep your ears between your biceps. Your right leg will swing up and your left leg will push off the ground, landing on the left leg first and then back to the right in the same position. Swing left, push off the left, land left, and then right. Swing right, kick off left, land left, and then right. Move at your own pace. For a few more here, I'm just going to check out your form as you move through it. Beautiful, let's do one more. Beautiful, let's come to your knees. And we'll do a little puppy stretch. So you're gonna take your hands forward, drop into your forehead or your chin with your hips staying over your knees. Shoulder blades squeezing together, trying to drop your chest towards the floor. Slowly roll it up to tabletop. Hi, we're gonna do the other side. So again, from our downward dog, tucking back, ears between the biceps. Now from here, our left leg will step back a little bit. You can always step the right leg forward a little bit as well, so you have a little bit more of the foot underneath of your body. Remember now your left leg is gonna swing, and as it swings, you're pushing off your right leg, then landing right and left. Your right leg's not really doing anything. If it doesn't want to, it can stay pointed down to the floor. As it gets more comfortable, you can start tapping your other leg with your bottom foot. Otherwise, it's just staying there so it's right available to land. Last two. Last one. And drop to the knees. Same stretch. Knees staying under the hips, walk the hands forward, forehead or chin to the floor, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Your hands are shoulder distance, so they're not together. Shift back, child's pose. Walk your hands towards the left. Put your left hand on top of your right hand, interlacing the fingers. Pull on your right arm as you push your hips towards the right. And then walk the hands center and to the other side. Okay, so if you're reaching now to the right, your right hand will come on top, interlacing the fingers, pulling on the left arm as you push the hips to the left. Walk to center. Tuck your chin, take your arms back towards your feet, palms up. You're gonna tuck your toes, coming onto the crown of your head, and grab your heels. Then you're gonna inhale, and on your exhale, lift your hips, try to push your spine out of your back. Pull your arms down and elbows kind of out as you try to round actively through your spine for 5, 4, 3. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears and release everything. Flatten your feet. Slowly come up to stand. Take the hair out of your mouth. Let's grab a sip of water and then we're gonna move on. I'm also gonna check the time because I have no clock near me. Cool, we got about 15 minutes left. Let's make sure all the things are still going. Things are still recording. Fantastic. How do you feel? Good?
Very nice, yeah.
Excellent. Awesome.
from here, we're gonna take the legs wide again from stand. Okay, and we're going to, I'm hearing things outside my door, sorry. We're gonna interlace our hands behind our back, okay? You're gonna try to bring your palms together, so just so you can see visually. So rather than doing your stretch like this, let's try to bring the palms together first. So the wrists are touching, the hands are touching. And then as you roll the shoulders back, exhale, try to straighten your elbows from there. So you still have as much closeness in those forearms. It might not get as deep because your arms will be tighter. My biceps get in the way sometimes, so I literally have to like wiggle the bicep muscles sometimes out of my way. Okay, but we're focusing on the palms together and we're stretching out the upper back and our legs are wide. Now we're gonna inhale, exhale, fold. Let the arms come up and over. Whenever you need to, you can release the wrist squeezing so hard and you can just focus on the interlace of the fingers. The version I was saying not to do, you can regress to it whenever your wrists get too tired, because obviously this is also a big exercise on the wrists when you're squeezing them together. Gently release your arms and draw them to the ground, and then slowly bend your knees and roll it up. Good, roll it out the wrists. Whew. Beautiful. We're gonna do another one, but now you're gonna interlace the hands the other way. So if you're used to doing one thumb on top, you're gonna put the other thumb on top. If you don't remember which one you did, just do it one way and then probably switch it the other way, because it'll be the awkward way. Same thing, we're trying to pull the palms together. So we're squeezing the fists very tight. Roll the shoulders back, inhale, exhale, straighten the elbows. You're trying to make space by exhaling all that air out. Tuck the pelvis under, inhale again, exhale, fold. Try to bring your arms up and try to let them fall over your head towards the floor. Keeping your wrists as close together for a few more deep, I'm going to say one more deep breath at least before you release those wrists. And then again, if you are releasing them, that's fine in the sense of releasing the super hard squeeze, but you're keeping your hands interlaced. So now they're kind of like dangling off each other. Now you're trying to let your arms drop over your head towards the floor even more, working the rotation in the shoulders. Bring your hands back towards your hips so that you can release them. Bend the knees, slowly roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. To come up, roll it out at the wrists, both directions a few times. Sorry, I have a sneeze stuck on my nose. This next move, I'm gonna tie my hair up so it's visually out of the way. In this next move, we're gonna try to work our forearm balance from our forward fold. Okay, so in order to do that, we want to take our legs wide enough that we can get our forearms to the ground. So you're welcome to practice this against the wall. Okay, I'll show you off the wall because then you won't see visually you won't be able to see things as well, but I'll show you first, then you're gonna try it. Okay, from as wide of a leg stance as you need. So this is probably a little wider than normal because we have to get the forearms down. So from here I can come down all the way to my forearms. I can interlace my hands or I can flatten my palms, whatever feels best. But I want to make sure the shoulders are aligned over the forearms. And then you can tuck your chin a bit, or tuck your chin so if you need it to touch your forearms, it can, but you're not collapsing onto your forearms. Okay, and then you're going to shift forward onto your toes. So I'll show you from a different angle as well. You're going to shift forward onto your toes. A little bit of contact is going to happen with the back of your head against your forearms. And then eventually we're going to try to lift up, then tap back down. Okay, lift up, then tap back down. The more we control that, the more we can eventually lift up, whoop, and tap
back down with control. So from the side, just so I can show you, we're wide enough so that we can have our elbows under the shoulders. As we rock forward onto the balls of our feet, we're lifting our heels, tucking our chin. The head is going to make contact with the arms, but as we press up through the shoulders, we're engaging the shoulders and the core to lift the legs and tap them back down. Okay? I'm going to come down now so that I may watch a few times. Okay, so let's try at least 3 or 4 times. If you're feeling comfortable in your forearm stand, you're welcome to hold it longer than I did. Like hold it for as long as your body can, then come down and reset. Or you can just do the up and down pops, whatever feels best for your body. Coolio, let's see some. Okay, so you're gonna shift onto the balls of your feet. Yeah, may have to walk closer to the hands if you feel very far. There's gonna be a moment where it kind of feels like you're about to face plant. So you gotta really push into, I think that's what you just felt. Really push into those elbows.
And my head shouldn't be resting on the floor, right?
Not on the floor, but the back of the head will make contact with your forearms.
Oh, okay.
So they can touch the forearms. You just wanna make sure you're not collapsing onto the head and crushing your neck, because that's where we're gonna have problems. Good, try to really push through those elbows. Really push away from the floor when it feels like you're about to collapse down onto your face or onto your head. Just keep pushing, pushing, pushing. Right? You're against a wall, so you're also welcome to add some more leg power. Add some popping if you want, so that you're bending into your knees a little more to gather more power to get up and onto the shoulders, because you have to lift the hips up onto the shoulders just a little bit. Looking good, looking good. Let's try maybe 1 or 2 more.
I have like no momentum in this position.
That's the point. That's the point. This is a no momentum move. That's why it feels so challenging. It's all about isolating the contraction in the shoulder blades, squeezing the shoulder blades so your chest is open and your boobs are popping out, so that you're not collapsing onto your head, neck, and shoulders. So rather than feeling like you're here, I need you to focus on this.
Okay.
Cool? Good. Looking good. Try a couple more. Nice. That looked better. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. And rest. Breathe. Great job. Come to sit. Shake it out. Give yourself a little octopus arms. You can sit however you want. I'm just sitting like this right now because I was watching you. But whatever feels good. We're going to stretch it out in the upper body a little bit. So again, if this feels comfortable, stay here. Otherwise, just sit normally. Let's take the right arm across. Again, palm up with the right. Left arm is pulling and shoulder down away from the ear. How do you feel?
Very good. Well, you know what? I remember trying that one in the studio with a pole, and it's way easier if you have like
Something to hold on to.
easier if you have something to hold on to. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's take that arm up and over the head. Grab the elbow. Lift the chest. Absolutely, way easier with a pole. I trained myself to do that move with a pole, and then I transitioned off to understand it more. So having that is definitely an easier way to engage.
Yeah, it's like a little crutch, but then once your body gets used to it, but I haven't touched a pole in a very long time. So.
Yeah. So drop the elbow and other side. Stretch the other side of your neck. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No worries. Yeah, just so it's the same side. Yeah, move the legs around, it's all good. And bring it up, and then we'll take the other arm across the chest, palm up,
Like you're holding that bowl of soup.
We saw a zillion turtles in the pond this weekend.
Aw, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Are they small or big?
What's that?
Were they big or small?
Like,
Ah, love it.
yeah.
Let's bring it up. Is there anything else in the pond with them?
Yeah, some little, like, I don't know what type of fish they were, but there was some fish. Yeah. Yeah, but I've never seen that many turtles in, like, about every 2 feet there were turtles.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Stretch it out.
Might go this way.
Good. I love that. If you see that again, you'll have to take a quick video for me so I can see it.
Yeah. I know, I didn't even think of it. You know, the water's kind of murky, so you couldn't see a whole lot, but.
That's okay.
Oh, no. Okay, no.
Just knowing that they're there makes me feel good. We're going to pull our legs up. Pull our legs up, knees together. We're gonna interlace the hands around the back of the thighs, and you're gonna round your back, tuck your chin, lift your elbows, and try to push your spine out from your back. Slowly roll it up. Extend your legs straight again. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, slide it forward and then round your, or drop your head, relaxing your neck and shoulders. Slowly roll it up. Good. From here, we're going to take our hands next to our hips, bend our knees, and we're going to do a reverse tabletop. So we're just going to open up the chest from all the back work we did. So you're going to drive your hips up to the ceiling and think of your shoulders rolling back. You can keep your chin tucked, or if it feels okay, you can drop your head back. But you're trying to press your chest up to the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Scoop it back, reach forward again. One more time, drop your head, neck, and shoulders. Roll it up. So you have the option of returning to that reverse tabletop that we just did. So hands planting, hips up. Or you can lay all the way back and you can work a half bridge or a full bridge or wheel, we'll call it. So palms planting by your shoulders, fingertips pointing at the shoulders, elbows up. Option 1 is inhaling to the table or to the top of the head as you exhale, and then stage 2 is pushing all the way up, shifting the weight onto your hands, holding here in your wheel. So you choose your demon, you hold it for a count of 5, and then come back down nice and slow, and I'll meet you there. Looking great, looking great. Squeeze those shoulder blades, push through those palms. And gently release, tucking the tailbone under. Great job. Great job.
No full bridge today. Oh, well.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Half bridge is perfect. One last time, legs forward. Let's fold it over. Drop the head, neck, and shoulders. Bring it up. You're going to bend your right knee. So you're pulling the right knee up. Take your right hand behind. Left arm across and come into a twist.
Looking over your shoulder behind you. Try not to put too much weight in that back arm. Come center, extend the right. Bend and cross the left leg over. Left arm behind. Right arm twisting over the left leg. Shoulders down. Try not to put too much weight in that back arm. And bring it back to center. One more time, fold. Tucking the chin. Roll it up. And bringing it up whenever you're ready. Awesome job today, my love.